So it's my pleasure to be here today, monitoring the early stage. Narrowing down the early stage companies this year was no easy task. The level of innovation, creativity, and passion in this group is really incredible. And as Shannon mentioned, all new this year, all of the early stage companies are from Oregon, which is awesome. The 5 companies you'll see on stage today should be so proud of being here regardless of the outcome. Ali Persitz and I had such a great time working with each of them through the process, so thank you, Ali, for all your help and insight along the way. So here's how this will work. Each company will have 3 minutes to pitch, followed by 5 minutes of questions. You guessed it, submitted through menti.com, so get those ready. And remember, these are early stage companies. They don't have all the answers yet, but they've been selected for 3 main reasons, and Peter really outlined all of that very well for us already. So, the market need and opportunity, their unique solution and value proposition, the strength and vision of the founder and team. Let's also remember standing on stage and sharing something you've built from the ground up takes an immense amount of courage. Some of these folks are even doing this for the first time, which is amazing. So join me in celebrating and supporting these incredible founders. So let's get started. Our first pitch this morning is a local Bend company, 360 Sierra, an all-in-one platform for vehicle rental operations powered by an AI master operator. Please join me in a warm welcome to the stage, Paulo Restrepo and Andres Vallejo. Come on out.
Hello, everyone. I'm Andres, CEO and CTO of 360 Sierra. And this is Paola, our COO.
Hello, everyone. This is our story. After selling our tech company in Colombia, we moved to Silicon Valley. 2 years ago, we started building and renting camping trailers. As operators, we realized there is a gap in the tech stack for rental companies and renters, and that was our aha moment. Today, rentals companies that rely on peer-to-peer platform or generic booking systems are fixed in the workflow because they are limited. So they are still using whiteboard, checklists, and human memory, creating inefficiencies and inconsistent rental experience. In addition, these rental platforms are black boxes that cannot connect with AI agents.
So we are created Rental Buddy, an AI native layer that works on top of booking and turnaround software, helping companies creating truly automated and custom workflows, all within ChatGPT. Sorry. Rentals are complex business with too many tools and steps. We create workflows to increase sales, reduce pickup, check-in, drop-off friction, and increase teams coordinations. With our web app and the new ChatGPT app, we are offering an AI-first experience. The opportunity is massive. A $139 billion market with more than 300 million rental transactions every year. We already closed our pre-seed round with successful pilots. One of our pilots is moving from 80 to 300 vans using ChatGPT with the same staff.
Our growth plan is built on 2 pillars: strategic partnerships and the adoption of ChatGPT-powered rentals, where renters will complete the entire rental flow within ChatGPT. We make money in 2 ways: by charging a subscription fee per vehicle per month and a commission on rentals generated through ChatGPT channel. We are raising money to onboard 1,000 vehicles on our platform and accelerate the adoption of the ChatGPT channel, generating $4 million in annual recurring revenue. Next time that you rent a boat, car, RV, or ATV, and you can save at least 40 minutes in your check-in process, or you can do the process using your ChatGPT channel, you will remember, I support these guys. We are inviting you to join us to shape the future of AI rentals. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you both. Come, have a seat. Paula also got the pleated skirt memo. Anyone else? All right, so scan the code there, put in your questions. I'll get us started. Nice job. Are those going to be thrown into the audience? Or?
Yep.
So tell us a little bit more about your competitors in this space and how you're different.
Oh, this is a good question. We are not just the transaction in the search or booking. We are offering real tools, solving real pains to that operators. So we can leverage data from their tracking system, pick up, drop off, check in. We know if anyone has a DTC code. So we can deliver better experience because we really know what is happening. So we are helping them digitalize their operation and helping increase their sales.
All right, we have a good question up here. So is your company B2B or B2C?
We are focused on B2B. We are a B2B company also because in our strategy, it's rich companies helping them organize their operations. I repeat that a lot, but it's so important. It's helping them to go from analog to digital, and then helping them with the new ChatGPT, rent with ChatGPT strategy that we create.
Yeah, tell us more about that. What's the difference between like the ChatGPT announced Booking.com integration? Talk to me about like ChatGPT can obviously do a lot, but you're a different layer to that. Talk to me about how all that fits together.
Yeah, this is interesting. We create a button that called Rent with ChatGPT. So our go-to-market strategy, it's based on offer something first. So we are not just like a channel. We are solving real problems using AI as well, creating these workflows to organize and improve your company. But now that we have your data connected to our backend, we can offer this channel as well through ChatGPT. So this is unique.
Great. Will your solution work with other AI models other than ChatGPT?
Yes, definitely. We have been working in this for 11 months and waiting for this announcement. So was 10 days ago when they said, we are going to launch ChatGPT apps. Well, oh, yeah, because we have been working 11 months on that. So yes, our backend is ready. It's AI first, and we develop little chunks that we can connect in the future to any other model, like Gemini or whatever.
Another good question here. What's the user experience for the renter?
I like that. Just imagine, because we know everything about the vehicle, and at the same time with ChatGPT, we know more about you. So you just need minutes trying to search your perfect vehicle. It's not hours. I know, I'm sure when you are trying to rent something and you have these hundreds of pictures, it's overwhelming. So like me, I want to know more about the vehicle, gas consumption, the technology, everything. So I need to start reading a lot. The renter with ChatGPT, just chat, boom, we offer the best option, payment, booking, signature, because we create that module within ChatGPT. And the other part, it's on the road, because ChatGPT knows which vehicle are you driving, can offer you real and exact advice about how to work and control everything in your car or have a better experience.
Perfect. All right, we're out of time for questions, but thank you so much. Let's hear a big round of applause.
Thank you.
All right. Next to present is a Eugene-based Neurosom, a company that is advancing a clinically validated, personalized neuromodulation therapy to reduce dementia risk by enhancing deep and REM sleep. I would like one of these. Welcome to the stage, Viral Sheth.
Hello, I'm Viral Sheth, CEO and founder of Neurosom, a medical device company building the future of brain health, starting with dementia prevention. I'm a biomedical engineer with 20+ years leading neurotech strategy and commercialization from small medical device startups to Philips Healthcare. One of my co-founders, Dr. Don Tucker, successfully built and sold the neurodiagnostics company to Philips, and all of us have been part of that successful journey. Here's the problem. Every 3 seconds, someone in the world develops dementia. While there is no cure, one of the most powerful and modifiable risk factor is sleep. Disrupted deep sleep accelerates memory loss, toxic protein buildup, and cognitive decline. Current therapies fall awfully short. Pills sedate, but don't restore. Wearables track, but don't improve. And that's where Neurosom comes in. We built a personalized AI-driven neuromodulation therapy that enhances deep sleep from the comfort of your own home. This detects when the brain is about to enter deep sleep and applies gentle, precisely timed stimulation that at the right location of the brain to nudge the brain into deeper, more restorative sleep, maximizing the clearance of harmful neurotoxins that are linked to dementia and many neurodegenerative diseases. Now here's the bigger story though. WISP is a broad platform technology. The same core technology can be extended to many different health conditions, from Parkinson's and depression to anxiety and mood disorders, and the list goes on. Today, we're partnering with leading universities and clinics that are helping us validate our technology in many of these application areas. And that strategy really allows us to generate high margin revenue now while we build regulatory acceptance. We're not just theory. Earlier this year, we've secured FDA clearance for our Sleep Wisp product, the software that powers the Sleep Wisp product. We're currently in an ongoing clinical trial in patients with mild cognitive impairment, a condition that often precedes dementia. We've successfully replicated deep sleep in previous studies. At scale, we'll be offering our Sleep Wisp therapy at $5,000 per device, offering patients and payers with significant 5x savings over the ongoing cost of drugs. On the right-hand side, you see a quick snapshot of our revenue projection over the next 5 years. And we're really well positioned to achieve that because of our clear go-to-market strategy. Our target is going to be to go after physicians that are in sleep and memory clinics, starting with research institutions first, followed by private clinics, and we're already doing that since 2025. And then as we make progress towards our regulatory journey, target large hospital networks. The neurotech market is really exploding with the likes of Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Sam Altman, and many tech visionaries investing in this space. At Neurosom, we're raising capital now to advance our regulatory journey, to expand our clinical trials, and accelerate sales. At Neurosom, we believe sleep is not just rest. It's brain maintenance and medicine. I invite you to come join us in transforming the future of brain health. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Come have a seat. All right, this is it.
Yep.
This is the prototype. Awesome. So tell me, why dementia first?
Great question. I have both a personal journey, Lisa, as well as it's where the biggest unmet need and clinical and scientific evidence are the strongest. I'll expand a little bit on that. The clinical evidence and the scientific evidence have suggested that during deep sleep, our brain is most active in terms of clearing out these harmful neurotoxins. And just to put some numbers to that, even a 1% decline in deep sleep results in 27% increase in risk of dementia. And this is well-published, peer-reviewed facts. And so at Neurosom, we're targeting deep sleep. And to go to the next set of objective, in terms of what is out there currently, right? In 2024, FDA approved 2 drug therapy with really patchy data, poor adoption, extreme side effects, and therefore it has received very poor acceptance from the clinical community. So there's a huge untapped market there for non-invasive neuromodulation therapy to make a real difference there. Now, just really quickly about the personal story. My dad was recently diagnosed with epilepsy, and fortunately, the medications have worked for him, but one of the unfortunate side effects have been disrupted deep sleep and gradual cognitive decline. So there's a bit of personal motivation as well.
All right, we have questions coming in here. Can you briefly explain how the WISP actually promotes deep sleep?
Yeah, no, great question. This is something that, our neuroscientific team has pioneered over the years. So what we first did was we first tried to understand the origins of deep sleep through very dense array EEG systems. Our group actually pioneered this 256 array system. And we first localized where the deep sleep originates from through this dense array, very advanced brain imaging technique. And once we localized those deep sources in the brain, we then challenged ourselves, well, how can we target those deep sleep networks more precisely using non-invasive but gentle transcranial electrical stimulation? And so we played around with all of the sensors spread throughout the head and found the most optimized sensor position on the head. So we use 2 electrode pairs on the forehead and on the neck area to be able to precisely stimulate this limbic region of the brain, which is responsible for memory consolidation. So what happens is we have an AI-driven algorithm that monitors your deep sleep in real time, and it's personalized to every individual. And as the brain transitions to deep sleep, we apply this gentle transcranial electrical stimulation at just the right time to synchronize these oscillations of deep sleep.
Whoa. Okay.
I know it was way too technical.
No, I'm glad that smart people like you are figuring this stuff out. Can you tell us a little more, how does this translate into outcomes for patients? And is this something that you wear kind of for a short time or for the rest of your life? Or?
No, that's a question that we're trying to characterize ourselves. We've been running a clinical trial in mild cognitive impairment patient. We've seen great efficacy in terms of deep sleep extension with 2 weeks of use, but we don't believe that's going to be enough. And this is why we're raising $5 million in seed funding to help us do longer-term follow-up with these patients to better understand the dosage curve. I wish I had a great answer to that, but we believe roughly maybe a couple of months of use and then a maintenance dosage on top of that. Yeah.
Amazing. All right. I think we're out of time here, but thank you. That is amazing. And I want one when it's ready.
Excellent.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Before we bring out our next presenter, a few words from our presenting sponsor, Portland Seed Fund. So Portland Seed Fund is going deep with its Intrepid Oregon Fund. Thanks to the state's GAP Fund program, IOF is seeding Oregon's next high-potential industries for extraordinary economic impact. These deep tech areas include advanced devices and materials, clean tech, health tech, and more. Now investing and accepting investor inquiries. We are so thankful for all of our sponsors for the 22nd Annual Bend Venture Conference. All right. I'm excited to welcome our next early stage, SokoLife, joining us from Eugene, Oregon. SokoLife is revolutionizing cardiac care with innovative non-toxic patches for congenital heart defect repair. Reducing reinterventions and healthcare costs. Welcome to the stage, Natalia Shotkina.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Natalia, and I am biomedical engineer at University of Oregon, and as well, I'm founder biotech company SokoLife, where we are specialized on delivery new tissue regeneration solution for treated patients. Why we are doing that? One of the reasons because there are more than 1,100 and 1,000 and millions patients who needed surgery or trauma-related tissue repair in different parts of our body. It could be heart, brain, or skin. Just could you imagine that only in US, every year, 40,000 babies are born with congenital heart diseases. And what happens with these babies? They are faced with multiple open heart surgeries. And it's not because the first surgery failed, it's because patches that use it for the surgeries are not growth with the body, with the heart. Because existed a product on the market currently are pretty often toxic, they provide a temporal solution and not able fully integrate in the body. And quite expensive, to be honest. So, unfortunately, number of patients who need this type of treatment tremendously grows. And in 2022, when in my country war came, number of patients who need regenerative and tissue regeneration and tissue-treated patients tremendously growth. And maybe that's why just the worldwide market is so huge. And with our company, we are more focused on just high needed and underserved spaces where we can do and make difference and huge impact on the clinical side for the patients, alongside just like scale fast our company as well, because not everyone's want to be present there. At SokoLife, we actually delivered a new generation of scaffold technology that is unique because our decellurized bovine pericardial patches help patients recover much, much faster and safer. And it's because when it's implanted in the body, it's not recognized as something foreign, and it's help self-regeneration of our tissue and become a living tissue in the patient's body. We already proven this technology and it treated more than 200 patients. And these patients alongside from the different fields like at pediatric, and unfortunately we currently start working with the military patients as well. So far we achieved the milestones. We certified our facility here in US, in Eugene, with ICO 13485 at the manufacturing facility, and that's allow us to achieve a next milestone. It's generate export revenue from the Ukraine, and as well just currently we tremendously grow with the number of patients who we can help them. And the next our milestone is just like FDA approval compliance that we can scale globally. So talking about that, we are able manufacturing, this is affordable technology, and we are able to manufacture with 65% of the margin and offer up to 7 times less expensive product. Right now, we are raising $2 million for expanding and scaling our revenue, scaling manufacturing, FDA compliance, and building a team. How our model works? We are working with a direct contract, like with the hospitals or government contracts or distributors or OEM manufacturing. And I truly believe that every single patient all over the world deserve have access to high-tech medical solution in regenerative medicine. Thank you.
Thank you, Natalia. Come have a seat. That was her first pitch. Just give her another round of applause. Okay. So, first off, tell me it's made out of what? Tell me exactly what it is.
So this is a part of the tissue. It's animal-driven tissue. It's bovine pericardial when we removed all animal cells, but we save a structure of collagen fibers. And this is technically a scaffold, so it's not like something like a new tissue that we implanted in the body. We just help your own body, support your own body, self-regenerated. So like this is a carcass, like when we just like implanted that in a different parts That's why just like it's a base technology. Often just like either the heart or skin or brain, it will be not recognized as a foreign because collagen fibers, like all animals, have the same.
So this is made from a cow. So
Yes.
in terms of like scalability and manufacturing,
Yes.
readily
Yeah.
available. Interesting.
Yeah.
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 Awesome. Tell me more about your story with Ukraine.
Yeah, I'm originally from Ukraine, and I moved here in summer 2022. Not the best reason I moved here, but I'm lucky and happy to be here. And I start my career actually there in one of the operating room in the largest hospital in Ukraine, when I work like alongside with the surgeons, treating patients with congenital heart diseases. And that actually where it started, this technology, because at that moment, first time when I felt that unfair and the pain of the patients, their families, and actually clinicians, because if you are living in a low-income country, you lost access to high-tech medical solutions because you become not enough market for them, for global companies who existed on the market. So that was like a first time, and next time it happened last year when my alma mater, biggest hospital, children's hospital in Ukraine, and one of the largest in Europe, been attack, missile attack of Russian Federation, unfortunately. And that's how we find out that our technology is unique because we start like serving different types of patients with a wound care, with a burns and a blast injuries. Not only congenital heart diseases. How that happened? Not the best, but this is a huge market niche. And if we are able to help and be present there, we are happy to do that.
Wow, thank you.
Thank you.
This is not related to this at all. So, what is your insurance reimbursement strategy when you talk about going into maybe like the U.S.?
This is actually just a good question. Like, yeah, different like, but
We'll just switch up.
Yeah. So initially, technology being developed like as a cost-effective technology for low-income countries like Ukraine. Even we like move our technology and from the straight start a new company, and currently we are manufacturing in Eugene and exporting to Ukraine. It's still cost-effective. We are still able to participate under the third market, so like low-income countries. And our strategy is FDA compliance, and then just like we are able to place a really good niche with insurance because we offer, like depend on the application, it will be wound care or cardiac, just like up to 7 times less expensive with the current products on the market, and as well just like reimbursement, just like that will be in the future. Yeah.
Amazing. With all the FDA pieces, what is your timing for having that here in the U.S. be deployed?
That will be not that long and that painful as for all medical devices company because we already have a patient. So like we pass through the compliance in Ukraine, which is very similar to European Union MDR, and we will use these cases for apply FDA compliance, and it will take 9 months instead of 5-7 years. So we don't need the clinical trials. We already treated patients.
Amazing. All right, a technical question here. Is bovine collagen more effective than colloidal silver for wound care?
Some kinds, yes, because I want to say that we are able, initially this technology been developed for cardiovascular application with the super high requirements of the quality of the product. So it means just like if it's cardiac implant, it should be durable, it should be suturable, hold the suture, and under the pressure, 24/7, non-stop. So we pass all these compliance and requirements, and when we started like wound care, so we are able to achieve very complex type of wound besides just like, like surfaces, like healing as well. So we are able just like go much deeper and achieve like patients like help.
Wow, amazing. Well, thank you for everything you're doing, and great job. Let's give Natalia a round of applause. All right. Oh, get some standing ovation over here. I'm not crying, you're crying. Amazing. All right. We are going to welcome Toastware to the stage. They're another local Bend company. So cold is universal. Your gear is personal. Toast solves both with a personal thermostat for your jacket, making existing apparel your go-to for warmth. Welcome, Gabe Gabarino.
Hi there. My name is Gabe. I'm a former US Marine, a former engineer at Intel, and this is my second founder role as CEO of Toast, where we are redefining thermal comfort for any jacket. During a 2012 ski trip, 4 of us got stuck on an upper summit chairlift for nearly an hour. By the time we were rescued, we had to be treated for hypothermia. And Ski Patrol stuck hair dryers up our jackets. Ski Patrol knew what hospitals have applied for decades. Hot air is the quickest and most efficient way to warm the body. So why then, in today's market, is every single heated garment coil-based, which are underpowered, create hotspots, and force you to replace rather than enhance the high-end apparel that you already own? That's where Toast comes in. After 4 years of R&D, Toast has made hot air portable, and the results speak for themselves. Over here is a market-leading heated jacket. And over here is that same exact jacket with an early prototype showcasing Toast tech inside. Our flagship product, the Core, is an adjustable, lightweight vest that circulates warm air throughout any jacket. Pushing 5 times more heat power than anything on the market, it delivers instant, uniform comfort. The Core turns your favorite jacket into a portable, Best yet, the Core works with any jacket for any sport, making it the last layer you'll ever buy. The competitive landscape is stagnant, littered with incumbents like Aurora, with over $100 million in annual rev, but all shackled to the same low-power coils. With a step change in technology and multiple patents in process, Toast is set to disrupt this dormant space. Because our tech works with any jacket, the addressable market is anyone who gets cold, $134 billion TAM. Our beachhead is the 54 million high-value enthusiasts in the cold belt who hunt, fish, ski, and ride power sport, a $22 billion SAM. We believe we can capture 1% of that conservatively. Field testing has been positive, with users saying they've never been so warm in a duck-blind, backcountry skiing, or snow machining here in the high desert. We've raised $200K in pre-seed, are thrilled to partner with Bend Outdoor Works in 26, and as of Wednesday morning, just closed the first $100K in our open seed round in its first week. Thank you. Our go-to-market is phased. We launched the brand with Kickstarter to accelerate DTC growth. We then scale retail and licensing with the likes of REI and Patagonia, all backed by a 75% gross margin. Along with myself, Jerry and Evan bring a PhD in the thermal sciences and 15 years of medical product development. We are actively advised in all stages of growth. With final product arriving this winter, we invite you all to keep those favorite jackets, leave the layers behind, and join our growing wait list. Thank you, and stay warm.
Awesome. Great job, Gabe. Come have a seat. I want one of these too. Can I have one of these? All right. So, you talked about the outdoor adventure market, but do you have any other categories you plan to expand to?
Yeah, our beachhead is certainly these outdoor enthusiasts that you saw in those different demographics. There's a reason, because they're going to be the early adopters, the most likely to take a chance on new tech. But the long-term vision, if we go back to that slide about scale, is that we're going to expand our first SKUs into something more approachable, a casual SKU that could be used by soccer parents, sports spectators, dog walkers, urbanites commuting to work. And then we've also been in conversations with the military, as a former US Marine, and trades. One really interesting about trades, just an anecdote, there's a company that we know that has maybe 40 techs out in the field servicing wind turbines in the upper Midwest, and it's cold at 500 feet. I've been up there. And he's already $10,000 sunk into branded apparel and jackets, and he's not going to replace those. When I showed him this, he was like, Eureka, I want one. Where do I write the LOI? Because he can buy 12 of them, keep them in the trucks, and the team can use them as they go out.
Awesome. Yeah. If hot air is such a great idea, why has no one else done this yet? I have so many hot air jokes right now.
Are you full of it? Yeah, it's interesting. When we first started this journey, we filed a provisional, and then we did our search, and there is no shortage of prior art on the ground of the USPTO floor. So we're not the first to think of this, and it took us 4 years to figure out why nobody's done it. It's quite challenging. To make 100 watts of air, 100 watts of power uniformly distributed throughout the jacket took a lot of engineering from my team, and that's what our new patents are centered on, is how we actually solve that problem. And I honestly anticipate, similar to Yeti, we'll have quite a few knockoffs if this thing is as successful as we believe it to be. So,
yeah, great. What's the estimated cost for consumers?
$400 is our MSRP target. We're targeting a $375 Kickstarter launch. And when you consider the fact that this jacket, for instance, an Arc'teryx shell I bought 6 years ago, it's one of my favorite jackets. I'm not getting rid of it anytime soon. It was $400 at the time. It's now listed at $700 MSRP. And so if you ask the prosumer, do they want to replace their $700 Arc'teryx storage jacket with an Aurora $200 ill-fitting, they're not going to do that. If you give them the option to buy, a $400 core, and they can use that with any of their other high-end jackets, I think the equation makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, absolutely. How much does it weigh?
Without the battery, the vest itself weighs about as much as a running vest, so very, very light. With the battery, it weighs just under 2 pounds, or about the same weight of a medium-weight parka.
On that topic, are there any safety issues with having large lithium-ion batteries next to your person?
Don't throw it in the water. No, I just, it does have the same tech as a hairdryer. It's just on a smaller scale. So a hairdryer pushes 1,800 watts. We're 100, maybe 140 with another iteration. That's not enough energy to electrocute you. The device will just shut down. You will void your warranty. We'll have little red stickers to ensure. So it'll have an IPX rating that's IPX4, so if you can spray direct water at it, it won't fail, but if you were to submerge it, it would probably kill the thing, but it wouldn't hurt you at all. The other safety qualifications have been identified by our manufacturing partners. And Zhuhai, it'll be UL certified, so that's a big expense, but something very important to us. And there are also software and firmware stopgaps to avoid runaway or burn, and multiple sensors throughout it. But in short, it's not enough power to be as dangerous as it sounds.
I can see the advisory note, not for swimming. What is the expected lifespan of the core?
The average jacket on the market right now, I sat down with an early founder of Mountain Hardware, and he said they tried heated jackets, and the reality is because it's a third party that's just sticking these sort of ubiquitous coils in them, they were getting a lot of warranty complaints and losing money hand over foot. So it's why you see a lot of the hallmark brands like Arc'teryx or Patagonia maybe not going into that space, because they're not set up to put the tech in. And so they were getting all these warranty complaints from the tech failing, and they were eating on their margins. Our device is designed, it's a very premium product. The certifications that we're getting, the ISO certifications from the manufacturing partner, are robust and top tier. And we anticipate this being somewhat like my jacket here, a 6-7 year season jacket or a device.
Awesome. All right, well, thank you so much. Let's give Gabe a big round of applause. Okay, we are on to our last pitch for the early stage. Yak Incorporated from Portland is an all-in-one automation and AI-powered platform that automates audits for accounting firms, cutting admin work in half and ending auditor burnout. Let's give a warm welcome to Shannon Smith.
Hi, I'm Shannon Smith, the founder and CEO of Yak. I spent years as an auditor at Moss Adams. I know the pains of audit firsthand. These audits are running on spreadsheets, endless email chains, and late nights. 99% of accounting firms are understaffed, and the staff they do have are burned out. I felt this, I wanted to fix it, and that's why I built Yak. Yak is an AI-powered audit lifecycle platform built by auditors for auditors. We're eliminating the busy work so that these firms can move faster, they can improve their accuracy, and they can stop burning out this top talent on low-value tasks. This opportunity is massive. Millions of audits happen annually. We're starting with the $2 billion SOC audit market. That's our wedge. From there, we expand to all compliance audits and beyond. That sets a clear path for the $600 billion financial services market. This might be a surprise to some of you, but our biggest competitor is Excel spreadsheets. Companies like Field Guide exist, but they're bloated, they're expensive, and they don't fit the way auditors work. Yak is intuitive, it's affordable, and it's designed for auditors. And it's working. In the last 10 months, we've had over 30 audits go through Yak. We have paying customers that are live. We have over 1 million in potential ARR in our pipeline. Our users are reporting 30% time savings. We were named a top new product by Accounting Today and Startup of the Year by Startup Grind in Portland. This is how we are going to grow. So these firms are starting with a pilot, and then they convert to an annual contract, which right now those are averaging $25K. Our ICP is the firms that are conducting 10 to 200 SOC audits. We expand our ACV as we expand those frameworks, both on the compliance and then the audit side. Right now, our sales are founder-led through targeted outreach, live demos, industry events, and partnerships with companies like Vanta. I was in audit and compliance for almost 10 years before building Yak, so I know these issues inside and out. I've surrounded myself with a lean but very powerful team. These are individuals who have helped scale SaaS companies like Puppet, New Relic, and Smartsheet. We're raising $500,000. A quarter of that is already invested, and a number of our investors are leaders at these accounting firms because they know that Yak is the future of audit. This funding will be spent on sales, our AI delivery, and customer success to drive expansion. Yak makes audits easier. It's simple, it's AI first, and it gives auditors their time and energy back. I know this pain because I lived it, and I know the solution because I built it. Audits are expeditions, but auditors do not have to go alone. Yak helps carry the weight. Thank you.
Great job, Shannon. You stayed closest to 3 minutes, so you win my highly anticipated timing prize.
Oh, thank you. Is your checkbook here?
It's so big, yeah, it's huge.
Okay.
Yeah. Awesome. So spreadsheets have been around for a while, so why now? Why is the right time for Yak?
Yeah, there's a couple of reasons. Number one, you've got a massive accountant shortage. You've had hundreds of thousands of accountants leave the industry within the last few years. You have less people becoming CPAs, so that's part of it. Another part of it is that some of these firms are like, oh, well, we'll build our own tool. But we all know technology is changing so much, and especially with AI, so we're seeing a lot of those firms scrap their tools. They're not technology companies, and so they're looking for a solution. And then the last reason is really these customers. They're pushing for cheaper audits, but then they're also tech companies, and they're saying, why is my auditor emailing me a spreadsheet at this day and age? And so these auditors are also getting pressure from their customers.
Awesome. So you have the potential to scale very quickly. Do you have any potential exit strategies in mind?
We do, which is really exciting. Field Guide, who I mentioned, who's really the only other SaaS platform in this particular space. They've already offered to purchase us. We also have an integration agreement with a tool called Vanta, which is audit automation, but on the client, the business side, rather than helping auditors. We've got an integration agreement with them. We're going to integrate with them. They just closed their Series D. They're now valued over $4 billion, so they would be a really great acquisition potential. And then private equity is buying up in the accounting space, and so there's a lot of potential that private equity would buy a tool like this for their portfolio companies.
Awesome, that's exciting. Folks would like to know, how does it actually work?
Yeah, so if you've ever gone through an audit, and we're really starting with those IT audits to start, but it's a lot of your auditor emailing you a spreadsheet, reconciling the spreadsheet, you're uploading documents to a portal somewhere, then they're reconciling the spreadsheet, emailing back to you, just a ton of manual work. We've put that all into a single platform. So the auditor's making their requests in the platform, the client's uploading the documents, they're having conversations back and forth, the auditor's then doing their testing in this platform, and then we've got a one-click report generator. So these reports typically take auditors 4 to 6 hours to generate, and with a click of a button, we can pull all of that pertinent information in. We're also introducing our AI features by the end of the year, and the first iteration of that will be reviewing the documents that the client is uploading for the audit. So I'm sure many of us have gone through audits, but it's giving you that first review of the evidence. It's giving you a preliminary okay, or like, hey, this is not the right document. And so it's saving the auditor time, but it's also giving you that real-time feedback.
Awesome. How does the SEC feel about AI? Is there any additional scrutiny, or does that change the process at all?
That is a good question. Because we're really starting with these audit firms, we're not as involved with the SEC, more the AICPA, but a lot of these large firms that kind of help drive the changes within the AICPA, these large firms are starting to adopt AI. It has to be in a really thoughtful way still. It has to be AI that assists rather than blindly automating. But I mean, similar to how these very risk-adverse, change-adverse accountants are starting to have to adopt AI, these regulatory bodies are having to get with it as well.
Yeah. How do you protect customer data while using AI?
Yeah, so we are building this in a very secure way. We'll be using AI within our own VPC, and so it won't be sending the data out. The AI model will be trained on the firm's specific data, so it'll be protected in that very isolated environment.
Great. And do you have any traction with any of the big four accounting firms or any other? What's your strategy to get into those folks?
Yeah, that's a great question. We're really not going after the big four. They have built their own tools. And unlike a lot of the top 100 firms that are trying to build their own tools and are realizing that that's pointless, the big four does have the resources. So as we continue to scale and go upstream, I think there's potential, but we're really focused on the small to mid-size firms right now. And we've seen a lot of traction. We've seen a lot of interest. A lot of the hang-up so far has just been us finishing our core features. As you can imagine, or maybe can't, these accountants are very risk-adverse, and so you have to build very deep. They're not going to switch over to a lo-fi tool that just does some things. It has to be a fully baked tool, and so we're finally hitting that stride, and we're starting the procurement process with a number of these firms. So we're seeing some really exciting traction.
Amazing. Well, big congrats. Thanks again. Let's give Shannon a big round of applause.